Hi guys, this is live from Panama. As you all know, the coronavirus has affected a lot of countries, now also in Panama.
And the curfew has been extended to a 24-hour curfew.
In a matter of only 1 week, everything went from totally normal to crushed dreams. So let's take you guys 1 week back in time when things were pretty normal and we did the last minute preparations for our Pacific crossing. Seven days ago we hauled out to clean and repaint the hull, also changing the two last through hulls and valves, preparing for a year in the Pacific Ocean. Amazing effort from my crew Myra and Shelly. We were on a tight schedule and full of hopes and energy. A race against the clock, and we had a scheduled canal transit that was already prepaid. Even the workers on the shipyard were amazed to see how quick we had managed all our tasks, racing against the time to splash the boat and get ready for the canal transit. Still full of hope and energy.
Wow. You have your cat?
Yeah.
What's going on here now?
Okay, so basically we're trying to organise the logistics of having a cat on board.
A fourth crew member. We need one more.
We need 4 watches. Yeah.
But seriously, this poor animal will be so confused.
No, he's so young. He needs to learn how to sail at a young age.
But a cat on a monohull.
I've sailed the Atlantic with a cat and he loved it.
Yeah, but on a monohull.
On a monohull.
It's like having a dog on a catamaran.
It's like the best of two worlds coming together.
And then when the trip is over, I can bring him home, and you don't have to deal with having a cat anymore.
How are you doing?
Well, we didn't buy enough stuff, so I'm making a list.
Oh.
I really hope you like mushrooms, because this whole mountain here is mushrooms.
Seriously?
The special kind.
As long as it is not this Dutch kind of mushrooms that makes you fly, I'm happy.
We'll have to see. Depends on how fast we're going.
So it's gonna be a surprise. While stocking up on food and beverages for 8 months in the Pacific, we were continuously monitoring the situation hour by hour as everything changed so fast. We still not so we have to do like this. Yeah, so this is last minute preparations. We just had this welded. We are really not sure what to do. We were expecting to cross the canal today, but it was cancelled. We are rescheduled for Monday. But everything here is like hour by hour, and we pay close attention to all the information we got on the VHF. So the management here in Shelter Bay Marina keeps us updated very well, I would say.
Operations at the facilities. Public transportation has stopped working in certain way. Most of my yard employees were not able to get on the bus, so we are limited on the yard and on the maintenance crew. What does that mean? All boats that are in the heart, that have people on board, I need to splash you guys today. I don't know if I'll be able to have the full staff to do a proper splash and with the required personnel tomorrow. So I'll be stopping by the boats as soon as the net is over, and I'll get back to you and we're going to schedule the splashing. Haul outs. No haul outs will be done until we get all these people in the water. Whoever is in the water and can't wait for the haul out to happen, eventually we're going to get to you.
The latest news is that we might have problems with the advisors, we may have problem with line handlers. Really don't know what to do. We have stocked up a lot, so we have food and beverage on board for the next 8 months. But still we don't know where we can go, we don't know which island that will accept us to come in. We really don't know if we even will be able to transit the canal. So But luckily we are in a good marina, we have everything we need. So at the moment it's a luxury problem, even though it kind of stops our dreams and our ideas of cruising the Pacific, but that's just what we have to deal with. So just take everything day by day, hour by hour, and hope that everyone out there is safe and sound, and this will go over by itself. And yeah, what can we say? We'll just try to stay in here, stay positive. With updated information, we had a crew meeting and found it the best solution was for my crew to take the last chance to fly back home to their countries for their own safety. So what's going on, Myra?
Unfortunately, I have to go home because the coronavirus is really limiting what we can do, and I'm going home because who knows how long this is going to go on, and I don't want to risk not being able to go home for half a year or longer. So unfortunately, made the decision to go home for now, and definitely going to meet Thomas in the future, and who knows, go sailing. We'll see.
Hey, Shelly.
Hi. Sad times here.
Yeah.
I really hated to make this decision earlier today, or just now, pretty much, to fly back home to Holland to my boyfriend Christian, and yeah, we're not sure what's gonna happen, and that really sucks. It's impossible to look into the future, and in Polynesia people are gonna have a really hard time not being able to receive maybe food and other things and water, and here in Panama the situation gets worse and worse, and it's really messy at the moment, and people are getting fired, and who knows what's gonna happen when people get hungry. So decided to fly home, wait it out, probably catch corona on the way, and be in quarantine for 14 days, and wait it out, stick it out probably, and then return to normal in the Netherlands, and then really hope that all this disappears in a month or two, and maybe fly back here. I hope so. So we'll see. Everything is uncertain.
This is probably the saddest day in my cruising life so far, saying goodbye to the best crew ever. At the same time also relieved that they managed to catch the last minute flight out of Panama. I really don't know what to do, so I went over to say hello to my friend Magnus. He just arrived into Shelter Bay Marina. Hey Magnus.
Hey Thomas.
Hey. So you're finally back in Shelter Bay Marina?
Finally, yeah. We went out for a little sail. Our plan was to go to Bocas del Toro from Shelter Bay, but we had engine problems on the way, and we decided to come back here. While we were approaching the channel, Aeronaval blocked the entrance to the marina and sent us back out to anchor in quarantine until our approval for getting back into the marina was processed by the health ministry, which happened after about 6 days. So we spent 6 days on anchor before we were allowed to get back here into the marina.
How was it to stay out at the anchorage?
I think this was probably the best place in the world to sit on anchorage right now, because Juanjo and the other crew here at the marina have facilitated to bring everything we need out there. They're coming out every single day with taking orders from the marina shop, and they're bringing supplies, water, fuel, groceries, and everything fresh out to the boats in quarantine, so they're not feeling completely lost and trapped out there, and still a little bit contact to land. But of course, all precautions are being taken care of with gloves and masks and everything while bringing all the supplies out there.
Awesome. That's great. You are actually Norwegian, not from that long distance from where I'm from.
Very close, yeah. My father lives in your town.
That's amazing. Small world.
Very small world. Well, Norway is small.
Yeah.
and we sort of end up hanging out with each other abroad, I think.
Yeah,
we have a bit of an attraction to each other when we see each other's flags.
Walking back to my boat, reflecting of everything that has happened the last 4 days. Sad to have lost my best crew members ever, I received a message from Shelly that she had problems getting aboard the airplane. Now we were facing a new challenge: how to get her back on board. Hey, Shelly!
Hey, Thomas.
Welcome back!
Thank you. Happy to be here.
We need to celebrate
Let's.
with a beer. Cheers!
Yay!
Skål!
Skål! Proost!
It's so nice to have you back.
I am so happy to be back.
So if you are wondering why Shelly is back, this is the reason.
So I was checking in for a United flight, first leg of the journey to Newark, New York, and then this US guy, very official guy, was actually telling me, we're not gonna let you go on this flight because less than 2 weeks ago you were still in the Netherlands and we don't want you in the US, even not for a layover. So I was denied. Myra arrived in Panama a few days before me and she could go on the flight, but I was stuck at the airport in Panama City by myself. So I tried to find new flights, tried to find someone to help me, no one there, lots of people crying on the airport because they were also stuck and people sleeping on the airport. It was a big mess. I tried to find new flights. In the end I decided to go to a hotel to get good Wi-Fi and I stayed up all night trying to get myself on a different flight, maybe through Mexico City. But Mexico was very much not clear about their rules and regulations and there was the risk of getting stuck in Mexico City, which would suck more being there by myself instead of here in Shelter Bay Marina where I have friends and a place to stay. So in the end, after the whole night of trying to stay awake, feeling so tired, I decided to just not book it and return to the boat. But that was the next mission because then I would have to go back on the roads again through all these checkpoints with still 1 day from being legal in the country, 13 days in the country with having been in the Netherlands 13 days before. So that was actually a pretty scary ride and they were gonna put up many more roadblocks that day. And well, in the end I found a taxi that was willing to bring me. A lot of taxi drivers are not willing to cross the province line, but this guy was a really nice guy and he went for it. We hit on 3 roadblocks. 2 of them were really easy, just like a gun to my head, but it was a temperature sensor thing and I luckily didn't have a fever even though I was not feeling so well, so I was a bit worried about that. One point there was a checkpoint where there was a lot of police questioning all the cars, but somehow this policeman was really nice and he smiled and he let us through, and in the end I made it back to the safety of Free and Thomas, and that was such a relief to be back there. And well, now we're trying to settle back into daily life stuck in the Marina. It's official. I'm a crew member and you're a crew member.
Yeah, true. Awesome. For every hour things gets more and more complicated. Shops closes, the same with the shipyard. Marina staff is downsized to absolute minimum. Yet there is still boats arriving to this safe haven after being in quarantine. It's so impressive to see the hard work from the staff with the help from the volunteers. What are you doing?
Filling up the water bladder to bring water to the boats.
The one
so
out.
they can shower and do their dishes.
Hi, we're going to deliver provisions for the people out there anchored. Which they're on, yes, a quarantine for 14 days or sometimes even more days. But so we have lots of volunteers here in Shelter Bay Marina, and we're making sure everybody has their needs.
out at Anchorage to look at the boats and see how Juano and Eddie and the volunteers provide all the boats with supplies. They're running out of food and water, and they took me with them out to visit the boats waiting in quarantine.
Thanks for that.
Every time the dinghies are coming out with supplies to the sailboats, they are playing Riders of the Storm, even on the VHF, to salute the staff and their volunteers. How long have you been here?
This is our 8th day.
8th day?
Yes.
Wow.
Next Monday we should get out, hopefully.
So you're in quarantine waiting to let into the marina?
Yes. That party.
But you are okay otherwise?
Everything's fine, yes.
Vancouver, he just texted me.
Okay.
Cookies. Thank you. Yeah, so that's good. He's happy. I'm starting to get in contact with the consulate.
Okay.
Because apparently there's a flight. They're arranging for air transit flight. Maybe later in the week or sometime.
We got more cookies today.
Ah, awesome. Should have got the fishing net out of the
We haven't got a water maker, so this is very good for us. And we've even got something to eat as well.
And our friends in the marina sent us out 4 ginger beers. Yay! Most favorite. So thank you, Beam 4 in the marina.
So we can do some Moscow mules with that.
Yeah!
We got some cookies over
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
thank you ever so much. That is great.
Well, I'll see you guys later, okay?
See ya.
Thanks for everything.
Full of impressions after meeting sailors at anchor waiting out their quarantine period. Families with small kids, young sailors, old sailors, everyone in the same difficult situation. It really makes me feeling so lucky to be in this marina right now. Even though I'm slowly realizing my dreams is about to be crushed.
Hey Thomas, have you heard the latest news?
Yeah, I heard some rumors, but I was out at Anchorage, so maybe you can update me.
Yeah, they've announced today that canal transits for all boats under 65 foot have been cancelled until the 6th of April.
Whoa.
So, decision's been taken out of our hands, huh?
So that means not even you are going to be able to transit the canal then?
Not yet, no. So we're stuck here with the rest of you. So
yeah, our options are getting less and less.
So you have to open your cocktail bar again.
The Be Free bar has to be reopened.
I think so.
Because they shut down the restaurant and the bar here as well. So the only bar in the bay is the Be Free bar, huh?
And we'll have to go swimming with the crocodiles because the swimming pool is closed too.
Oh, they have a dangerous life ahead if they run out of supplies here.
I heard they taste like chicken.
Yeah. So where are you heading?
Well, we wanted to head to New Zealand, but all the paths are closing, so
yeah,
we're here with everybody else with food until we would have got to New Zealand. So yeah, just got to make the best out of it.
Does it feel good, Zoe?
Yeah.
Yeah? All those knots are out of your hair?
You're professional.
No, not at all.
Can you take me later? Because my hair is getting long.
Yeah, you know what I use for guys? Clippers and just bald.
Oh. Can cut around my hat?
Yeah, I could do that.
So, what's the highlights of today, Juano?
Sí, bueno, pues as of today, the president just finished talking. We have 450 cases of COVID in Panama, 8 deaths so far, and the curfew has been extended to a 24-hour curfew. So the curfew that started today at 5 p.m. that was supposed to end at 5 a.m. will continue straight on. People will be allowed to go to the supermarket or the grocery store for 2 hours a day based on the last number of their passport or their national resident carnet. So Panama is bunkering down. We're still receiving some vessels on the anchorage, but for the meantime they need to stay 14 days under quarantine. Only exceptions are made if the humanitarian flight is prepared by the embassy and they come and pick the crew up and just take them straight to the airport. As of today, we have close to 15 vessels out there on the anchorage complying with the 14-day period quarantine.
Yeah, so this is the situation. The canal is closed for boats less than 65 feet. The country is shut down. It's curfew 24/7. More or less the whole Pacific is closed. Yeah, pretty much the same of the Caribbean. So we are pretty lot of options. So it's really tough decisions to make. Should we stay? Should we go? We have to try to figure out what to do next. But Myra, I'm really happy to hear that you are safe and sound back home.
So, made it back home to Kerry. It took me 4 flights to get home. I had the last flight out of Panama and the last flight into Ireland apparently. So I was very lucky. All the airports were absolutely dead. Like there wasn't a soul around. So very strange to experience that. Even Amsterdam airport, there was just completely quiet. Everything was closed. They weren't serving food on the planes. A lot of the shops in the airport were closed too. So it was kind of difficult to eat. Yeah, thank you Thomas for a great 2 weeks on board. Had a great time prepping the boat and had a nice day sail, so that was fun. Shame we didn't get to cross any oceans, but yeah, maybe in the future sometime.
I have your book and your card. I hope that one day Shelly, you and me can experience and go through all these places we've been dreaming about while we were looking at your book. So, to be continued.